Hello there, people of YouTube land. Once again, it is I, the Zombie Messiah, and in this video, it's an update video. Now, as I'm pretty sure you know that the last video that I uploaded was the first part of the first episode of a Let's Play that I was going to do on Borderlands, Tales from the Borderlands. And unfortunately, I regret to inform you that that series is no longer going to be happening. For one major reason: length. Now, I'm doing this. Now, I did the series on my PS4 because that is how I had the game, and I have share on my PS4 set to record 1 hour of Let's Play footage or gameplay footage. It took me 3 recordings to get through the first episode. 3 different recordings. The first episode of the entire game took 3 hours, and I reckon that by the time I get the entire series done, it will be 15 episodes of 1 hour videos. That's 15 hours that I will have uploaded to YouTube for this one game. And while I will admit it would be handy for my YouTube statistics, I'm not that sort of guy. I can understand that people have things that they need to do in normal life, and they can't afford 15 hours to watch through a Let's Play series. Which is why I've made the decision to cancel the Tales from the Borderlands series. Instead, I'm going to find another series to do. I have no idea what that series is going to be at the moment, but as soon as I have something, then you'll hear about it on my Twitter. Now, also another thing that I want to talk about is something that I never got to talk about last month, out of fear of Nintendo coming in with their almighty Mjolnir of Content ID. Legend of Zelda and the Nintendo Switch. I fucking love both of those. I mean, seriously, I willingly paid $12.99 for this Sheikah Slate T-shirt. What more do I have to say for you guys to know I love Breath of the Wild? I've finished one playthrough of it, and now I'm going on to a second one. That's how good this game is. If you want my recommendation on whether or not you should buy a Nintendo Switch and Breath of the Wild, go do it. It's worth the money. Go out, buy it. Play it at home, play it on the bus, play it on the toilet. Just play it anywhere. You can do that with the Nintendo Switch. And the Nintendo Switch actually works as it was advertised in the trailer. Obviously, with the exception of playing it wirelessly on an airplane, because a while ago, Nintendo came out and said, "Yeah, you're not going to be able to play wirelessly. You're not going to be able to play wirelessly with the controllers wireless on a plane because airplane mode, no signals." But yeah, if you're not planning on playing with wireless controllers on an airplane, then yeah, you can play it, and it pretty much works as advertised. Now a lot of people have been uploading videos onto YouTube basically saying about problems that they've had with their Nintendo Switches. and I don't know if it's anything to do with some sort of luck that I have when it comes to games and gaming, but mine hasn't actually had a problem with me. And what I mean by it's probably down to some sort of luck that I have. None of the consoles or games that I've had have ever shown signs of not working. I mean, I had an Xbox. I mean, when I had an Xbox 360, it only red ringed one time, and that was because of a power cut, and it was easily fixable by just unplugging and plugging back in. That's it. That's the only red ring I had. PS3, after I got rid of my Xbox 360, had no problem with it for the 2 weeks that I had it. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. I didn't really spend that much time with the PS3. Yeah. Kinda wish I had one now. Again. Because of the games that you can't play on the PS4. Even with games that have been said to be glitchy and buggy as hell, for some reason I've never had a problem with them. Even the complete and total ass fuck that was Aliens Colonial Marines. Oh no, damn it! That's one camera. That's probably going to be YouTube going, nope, no money for you. Support me on Patreon. But yeah, the only thing that was bad for my run of Aliens Colonial Marines was actually the story. That was the only bad thing for me. I didn't have any bugs or glitches. Everything in gameplay kinda worked for me. It was just the story that was crap. And that was it. I don't know, somehow I must be like an actual Jesus for games because I could take things that are broken and make them work by actually touching them. I don't know. Zombie Messiah is actual Messiah confirmed. 2017. Hashtag Messiah. God. I also throughout this year, also later on this month, I'm going to be doing a whole load of videos dedicated to one game and one game alone, and that is the Friday the 13th game. Now, this is actually an interesting one because I don't really back things on crowdfunding. It's strange to hear content creators say that, considering that most of them support at least 10 things on crowdfunding. For me, I've only supported one thing, and that was Friday the 13th the game, because I am a huge fan of 80s slasher horror, and Friday the 13th is one of the biggest franchises in that very medium. So I was like, wait, there's a new Friday the 13th game, and it's being crowdfunded. Yeah, I'm gonna pay money for that. And because of the stretch goal that I paid, I'm going to be getting a free code for the PS4 version, which should make it easier for me to record gameplay and then upload it to YouTube so that I can get a video out very quickly for you guys so that you can see if the game looks like something fun for you. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get access to the Tom Savini skin. Initially, it was because I was already kind of spending a lot of money on it. So, and I hadn't seen anything. I hadn't seen any pictures about the Savini skin. So I was thinking I could possibly try and be a bit skeptical. I'll probably pay to be a bit skeptical, and I could get it at a later date once they've shown stuff. However, by the time they actually showed off the skin, I was kinda broke. So, and then they released this cool trailer for this skin, which is an all black, or an all soot black Jason with fire coming out of his eyes and a pitchfork, and I think it was a pitchfork, and it just looked. Why? What? I want it. Wait, no. But yeah, and I heavily regret not getting the Tom Savini skin. Also, speaking of which, Gun Media, if any of you guys are watching this, if you're going to do DLC of any type for Friday the 13th, the game, not including microtransactions, because microtransactions in games that you have to pay to get are the freaking devil. Please add the Savini skin, even if it's paid DLC. I will willingly pay to play as that awesome looking Jason. I will pay hand over fist to play that Jason, because it just looks so freaking cool. Yeah. Oh, and also I just want to talk some Destiny for a bit, especially since the gameplay for this video is from Destiny, and I have actually decided to do something interesting, which is I have now decided, instead of dedicating to Destiny on one console, I am now dedicating to Destiny on two consoles, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. The point in this is, why should I settle for 3 Guardians when I have 2 consoles and I could easily go for 6? So it's also for a possibility of different experiences. I mean, even though I have the instant level ups that you get from Destiny the Collection, while I did use them the first time around, I've since deleted the characters that I used them on, and now I'm going to be going through those 2 characters, which are a Titan and a Warlock, bare bones, going start to finish, getting all the gear in between. Because honestly, as much as Destiny has its problems, especially in regards to story, if you're not playing through the if you're not doing the quests, then you're kind of just cutting a big part out of the experience. Yeah, that's kind of what I think. Yeah, and also I'm going to be doing the same with Destiny 2. I've already got it pre-ordered on my Xbox One, so that I can get access to the beta. And when I figured out whether or not I'm willing to be spending money twice on it, then I will also pre-order for the PlayStation 4. Oh, and also one last thing that I want to talk about. Later in the year, I am going to be attending a live action roleplay, or LARP, which the reason why I bring this up is because it is based around what has actually become a rather popular fantasy gaming franchise, and that is The Witcher. I'm just going to leave it at that. If you guys want to see anything from that, then, along with anything else, then please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, support me on Patreon if you want to support me financially, and also follow me on social media to catch up with what I'm doing. This has been the Zombie Messiah, signing out. Have a good one, and I don't know.